My name is Rabbi Mark Greenberg. I am the Senior Messianic Rabbi over at Shalom Rome on 710 East 1st Street.
Rome is about to experience something pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing.
Tell me what's going on.
We really believe with all our heart, with all of our soul, and with all of our might or strength, that the Lord has chosen, that the God of Israel, the Messiah of Israel, Yeshua, Jesus has chosen that Rome, Georgia is the place to launch a brand new vetted Bible translation to start off here that will affect the whole world. Now, this new Bible translation is called the Tree of Life Scriptures. It has been done by a translation not-for-profit called the Messianic Jewish Family Bible Society, which had over 70 personnel involved, 32 PhDs, most of them theologians, and a 10 to 12 step translation process. You can go on treeoflifebible.com and you can find the translation process. But this is being unveiled now. This is by Baker Books. Baker Books, which is one of the many lines that they have. I think there's about 5 or 6 other lines that they have under the Baker Publishing Group umbrella, has picked this up and is now printing it and doing distribution to the whole world. And it's being launched right here in Rome, Georgia.
And this becomes you had said very rarely has...
This is the 8th, what they call a vetted translation. Let me unveil what a vetted translation is. There are many one-person translations that are out there in Christendom, in the Christian world. But a vetted translation means that there's a team of scholars that translate the Bible directly from the Greek and directly from the Hebrew. And then they wrestle with those translations. They go through it over. They do several passes to make sure that not one voice or not one mindset has a majority. So it's evens. We have 32 PhDs. Our executive committee of theologians was 6 highly trained scholars in the scriptures.
And you mentioned this book is kind of shaking the world because you mentioned you're Jewish, but yet the New Testament is also included in this book.
Absolutely, because the New Testament is completely Jewish, written mostly, except for our good Dr. Luke who wrote the book of Luke and Acts. As we talked earlier, there's scholarship out there that believes that even Luke was Jewish. So the majority of the Bible is written by Jews. There's something to that. So now we have good news coming from Jews to the whole world.
And in this book, and your belief, where a lot of Jewish folks before did not believe necessarily that Jesus Christ was the Son of God, you're proclaiming that and the Bible.
That it's a different proclamation at the end of the day that Yeshua, we call him Yeshua, many Christians call him Jesus. Christ is his title. Moshiach is another title in the Hebrew, meaning Messiah. That he is the Messiah that was proclaimed by the prophets, by Moses, by Jeremiah, by Isaiah. And then why do we know this? Because when you put your faith in Jesus, anyone will tell you that walks with him. He does change your life. Your life changes. It's transformed. That's the beauty of who he is. That's why believing in him is so necessary.
And how do you feel some of the traditional Jewish folks are taking this message?
Well, it's the message we're supposed to bring. The Jewish world was supposed to bring the light of God to the whole world. The knowledge of the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob to the whole world. That's still our job. And the Messiah, Jesus, came from the Father, which was the God of Abraham, of Isaac, God of Jacob. So when you're in your churches and you hear churches say, God said this, remember, we're all talking about the same God. The God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, the God of Israel.
So how did this book come out of Rome?
God moved the Greenberg family to Rome very simply. He said, this will happen here. I took the position of being the new leader of a congregation here, a congregation that was established. Most Romans would know it as formerly Southern Baptist congregation that was in focus. Pastor Steve Coyle took it there. And then he found out that through DNA testing that he's Jewish. So he brought a Southern Baptist congregation to a Messianic Jewish congregation, and when he retired, he asked that I would take over the work.
And several other local churches around town that are not Jewish are coming aboard this
Absolutely.
book as well.
We're partnering with Journey Church. That's where the event is going to be, right here. And we're having a wonderful, it's not just the launch of the Bible, we're having lots of music. I hear there's going to be great desserts. I think cookie cake is in the formula. And we're bringing in one of the most renowned Messianic Jewish praise and worship leaders, Paul Wilbur. Again, he's a Jewish believer. So he's going to come, he's going to do a concert of praise and worship, and we're just going to have a wonderful time.
And when is the event?
At 3 o'clock this Saturday, May 21st. We also need to tell you that Kingdom Church International, which is led by Apostle Rodney Good, is also partnering with us. So we're crossing, lines of culture, lines of denomination to say and just declare good news.
And for more information about this book or the release event,
yes,
how can they find it?
I would go to FamilyBibleSociety.org or go to treeoflifebible.com. One of those two. Treeoflifebible.com will tell you about the translation. Family Bible Society will tell you about the launch and about the ministry behind the translation.
Anything else for folks?
Just come on out and come have a good time. Really, it's going to be a lot of fun.